Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. This one is again another film story where I go behind the scenes of some of the film photos I've taken over the years. This one is all about the Dominican Republic, and when I was there in November of 2022 for about a week, I saw some really cool sights of the beautiful country, and we'll get into some of the film photos I took here shortly. First order of business is, of course, going over the cameras I brought with. First one being this Samsung point and shoot. Goes all the way from like 38 to 170 millimeters, I think, and that was one of the appeals of getting a camera like that, is I could have one camera that covers a whole lot of distance, so that no matter where I was, no matter what I was doing, the camera, the equipment really shouldn't or wouldn't get in the way. Now, of course, the f12 aperture at the end of the zoom range there, and kind of that whole variable aperture was a little bit of an issue from time to time, but again, in the grand scheme of things, not an issue at all, as anything where the sun was shining was more than exposed properly. But that was the main camera I used, or the camera I used most frequently. I also brought a Canon T2, Canon Rebel T2, exact name I think, which, fun fact, was I think the last film SLR that Canon made, around 2004 I want to say. But anyhow, that were the two main cameras I shot with, and you'll see photos of here. You'll also see some black and white photos, which I honestly can't remember what I shot those on or what stock that was. Could have been C41 black and white, could have been regular black and white, but I think it was shot on some kind of point and shoot. Might have been a Canon Sure Shot, might have been the Ricoh FF3AF Super that I like to shoot on from time to time. But again, I don't remember exactly. I brought a few cameras, as shouldn't be a surprise if you've seen my videos before, but those were the cameras I shot with, or may have shot with, depending on what film we're looking at. But just to highlight some of the stuff I did on this trip and some of the photos from that, a lot of it was beach life, resort life, that kind of thing, as I did stay in an all-inclusive resort with my family while we were there. So didn't get exposed to the complete, I guess, Dominican Republic lifestyle, you know, the real towns, real people, normal life kind of stuff, as we were kind of off in the resort area of the country. But again, some great scenery, some great things to experience either way. So as I said, resort life, beach photos, that kind of thing were a few of these. We did go out on some excursions as well, which you do for the most part when you're at resorts like this. One of them was a boat cruise of some kind, where we were out on different parts of the coast, seeing different things. So you'll see some of the photos there. Most of them on the coast were shot in panoramic style, which was another cool feature of this camera, is that it shot panoramics, which of course is just a cropped plain 35 millimeter frame, but results in some cool photos. Those are the words I'm looking for. Results in some cool photos when edited down properly. Kind of reminds me of film screenshots, or a film vibe, which I think makes sense because of the long aspect ratio there. But some cool photos there that kind of have an interesting vibe as a result of that crop, or that panorama. So some cool photos from the coast, from the beach, that kind of thing. Another cool adventure I went on was went up in a helicopter ride on one of the days I was there. If you know me, you know I'm really into aviation over the past couple years, and this was one of the coolest things I've ever done as a result of that kind of interest or hobby. Got to sit right seat in a big executive style helicopter, I think a Bell 407 if you care, something like that. Anyhow, but a really cool experience in a helicopter. I got to sit left seat up by the pilot, kind of separate from the passenger cabin, which was interesting. I was told, don't put your feet on the pedals as soon as I got in, which was kind of funny, but it makes sense, of course. So shot from the left seat as the pilot was in the right seat. Some really cool photos from the air here. A few of them were kind of not messed up, but affected, maybe is the right word, by the wardrobe I was wearing that day. As somebody who's taken photos at a lot of concerts, I should have known that reflections and that type of thing would show the clothing I was wearing, and kind of think about that. But of course I was on vacation and didn't think about concert blacks really at all. Why would I? But some of these photos, you can see some of the wardrobe I was wearing that day, which happened to be a watermelon shirt of some kind, I think, a shirt with watermelons on, which you'll see in some of these photos, which affected some of the clearness of the photos, maybe is the right word, but still some cool photos that did turn out from this helicopter ride. Just some were affected by reflections, which we learned that lesson continuously, I feel like, as photographers. But yeah, anyhow, those are some of the highlights. The helicopter ride was great. The adventures on the coast were great. As I said, I shot some black and white too, mostly resort life and resort stuff there. Some of the architecture stuff I think showed up pretty cool on black and white while we were there. But just resort life, beach life, and then some of the few excursions I went on as part of this adventure. So again, if there's more photos that I haven't talked about in some way, shape, or form here yet, I'll throw them at the end here. But again, these really cool reflective videos are really fun to make for me and simple to make at that. So I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the Arizona one I posted as well. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Feel free to comment your favorite photo from this trip in the comments below. Give this video a like, share it if you want, and I'll do more videos like this, maybe even of some of the gear I've acquired recently and some other things, how that relates to my film journey. But again, these little retrospective videos are really fun to make, so I'll make more in the future for sure, since you all seem to like them. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.